Once upon a time, in a small old office in Beijing, China, 11 engineers gathered around a wooden desk. They didn't have much, just a few tools, a few computers, and one big dream. They wanted to build technology that would change their country, and maybe even the world. They didn't know it then, but that little dream would one day grow into one of the biggest computer companies on Earth. A company that started from almost nothing and became a global giant. This is the story of Lenovo. The year was 1984. China was opening its doors to the rest of the world, and new ideas were starting to flow in. In the middle of that change, Liu Chuanji, a researcher from the Chinese Academy of Sciences, decided to take a risk. He left the comfort of his research job and, with 10 of his colleagues, started a small company called Legend. They didn't even have enough money to buy a proper office, so they worked from a tiny apartment in Beijing. Old desks, second-hand chairs, and a dream that felt impossible. They didn't know how to build a company, and they didn't know how to compete with the big names from America or Japan. But what they had was belief. At first, they sold small computer parts, chips, keyboards, and motherboards. They repaired electronics, and they learned everything they could about how computers worked. Every small sale mattered. Every mistake became a lesson. For 5 long years, Legend fought to survive. Sometimes they couldn't even pay their workers on time, but the team stayed together. They believed that one day China would have its own powerful technology brand. In 1990, after years of trial and error, they created their first computer, fully designed and made in China. It wasn't perfect, but it worked. And for the people of China, it was a sign that they could make their own future. Throughout the 1990s, Legend became one of the most respected companies in Asia. They didn't grow fast because of luck. They grew because they listened to people. They made computers that were affordable, reliable, and strong. While other companies focused on style, Legend focused on trust. By the year 2000, Legend was already selling millions of computers. But the world was changing again. The internet was spreading fast, and global companies like Dell, HP, and IBM were expanding everywhere. If Legend wanted to keep growing, they had to become global too. So in 2003, they decided to take a bold step. They changed their name. Legend was already used by many companies, so they needed something new. They mixed 2 words, le from legend and novo, the Latin word for new. And that's how Lenovo was born, a new name for a new era. Then came the moment that changed everything. In 2005, Lenovo made a move that nobody expected. They bought IBM's personal computer division. That included the famous ThinkPad, one of the most iconic laptops in history. At first, people laughed. They said Lenovo would never be able to handle a company as big as IBM. They said the quality would drop and the brand would disappear. But Lenovo proved them all wrong. They improved the ThinkPad, kept its spirit alive, and used it to enter markets all over the world. In just a few years, Lenovo went from being a local Chinese company to being one of the top 3 computer manufacturers on the planet. But Lenovo didn't stop there. They expanded into smartphones, servers, and cloud technology. They worked with Google, with Motorola, with Microsoft, always pushing forward, always adapting. When the world moved to mobile, Lenovo moved too. When the world started working remotely, Lenovo created solutions for that world. And when the world faced global challenges, Lenovo focused on connecting people
through technology, innovation, and trust. Today, Lenovo sells products in more than 180 countries. It has factories, research centers, and offices all over the globe. But if you walk into their headquarters in Beijing, you'll still see something familiar. The same spirit of 11 engineers who refused to give up. They didn't have much. They didn't know what the future would bring. But they believed in something simple. That with hard work, vision, and courage, even the smallest dream can grow into something legendary. He was Liu Chuanji. They were Lenovo. And this is their story.